Jamie, thank you for being on the show. We're big fans of you.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, first and foremost, we're a gaming variety show, so we like to ask everybody this one question: what is your favorite game?
My favorite game would definitely be the Mario Brothers. Any of them.
Any of them, like the old ones, NES?
That is the old one. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The old
Original
square system.
Yeah, that's my favorite. 1, 2, and 3. More so 1 and 3.
2 is a little weird.
It is. It's all about the air and jumping on things in the sky.
That's true. It's true. But the game that you play now is out in the real world, and it's called softball. So, what brought you to play softball? When did you start?
Well, playing sports run in my family. My sister grew up playing softball. My cousins, they either played softball or baseball. So when I was in 4th grade, my school had a softball team. And my mom signed me up to play. And I can remember very, very good. The first position that I played was right field because that's where, the new people played who sucked. And I remember getting a pop-up. And instead of catching it like this, I caught it like this, and the ball just rolled down, and it just hit me in the eye. And I thought that I was done for. And my coach, who was also my teacher at the time, Mr. Cook, he came out there and he's like, "I'm not going to baby you." He said, "There's a lot of things that you need to be afraid of, but a ball is not one of them." So I just kept coming back every day, and after a while, the more I played, the better that I got.
So you toughed it out, kept going.
Right.
4th grade on, all through high school.
All through high school, all through junior high, all through high school, and then after I had Alexis, I played a little. Right after I had her, and then just over the years, I've continued to play.
So you still play.
I still play.
And the way to play today for a lot of people, a lot of girls, women especially, after college, is going to be rec league ball.
Right.
How does somebody go about getting involved in that?
Well, throughout high school and throughout college, they have fast pitch. But, after that, you have to go back to slow pitch. And we have leagues around town that you can join. You can either be on an all-girls team or you can be on a co-ed team, which I prefer co-ed over girls team because playing with guys is more competitive, and I'm a competitive person. But, you can play. They have Tuesdays and Thursdays where you can play over in Columbus, or you can play on Sundays over here, which I play, on Sundays now since my daughter, she's involved in ball, and, that's my life now.
That's right, and she's a very good ball player.
She's really good. She's a lot better than I am. I'm 31 and she's 13, and she's awesome. We're going to see her on TV one day.
I think so. She's really good, people. She's not just saying that as a mom. We've seen her play. She's great. When did you decide to get her involved?
I got her involved like at 5, and that's the earliest that you can play over here. And, they only offered slow pitch at the time, and you had to play slow pitch until you became 8. And then once she turned 8, I put her in fast pitch, and she's been playing that ever since. I think I tallied up how many teams she has been on. She's only 13, but she's been on like 20 different teams now, because they have spring ball, and then you have fall ball, and then you have all stars, and then you have travel ball, and this past year she made school ball, so she's been on a lot of teams.
It never ends.
It never ends.
It's not really like football or basketball where you have a large off season. It seems to never end.
It never ends. And it's time consuming, and sometimes it's tiring, like this past weekend when she had her tournament in, where was it? In Oxford. And we drove 2.5 hours up there to play 3 games, but it was so worth it.
For the experience?
For the experience. And for her, because she reminds me a lot of myself. She just loves it. She'd rather be on the field than be anywhere else. And I would rather her be on the field than anywhere else.
Do you think it's good for kids getting in sports? Do you feel like that was a good thing for you coming up, and for her too? Do you feel like it keeps them involved, keeping them involved in things like that, keep their minds and and bodies in good places?
I think so. I think that, when you play sports, it teaches you so much. It teaches you responsibility. It teaches you to get along well with others. It teaches you discipline. And if you're on the field all the time, then you have no room to get in trouble. With Alexis, if you find something that you really like, and Alexis ball is her life, when she starts to go down the wrong road, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pull ball and you're not gonna play ball. And then when you tell her that, it's like telling her she can't breathe. And I think that it helped me out a lot too, because with my two brothers and my sister, I was the baby out of all of them, and I think I was the only one. Me and Tracy are 9 years apart, so once I started playing ball, she was already married and stuff. But I think that it made me a better person.
In relation to baseball, it's been around forever, right? Softball has a lot of variance between school and slow pitch, fast pitch, rec league, and then college rules and that kind of thing. What's something you would change about the game if you could?
The only thing that I would change about the game is the seriousness that the viewers look at it. Like, I think that it should be considered pro sport, just like baseball, just like basketball, just like any other sport. Softball should be up there with it.
Because of you, primarily, I've been exposed to it. And it is. I mean, this is a real deal. It's more entertaining to watch to me now. Understanding what I'm watching and having gotten into it. Watching women's college softball tournament lately. This is a legit sport that deserves way more TV time. And it's sad that we don't. I guess we're not at a point yet where the pro level of softball is something we actually hear about.
Not yet, but I think it's coming.
I think the sport is growing, and I think
like
it's coming.
That one girl, and I can't remember her name, and if I wasn't thinking about it, I would know it, but the one who just signed a contract for $1 million.
That's ridiculous. Well, it's good. I mean, that's nothing compared to a football player's salary, but it's definitely a step in the right direction.
That's right.
People are going to want to see it. It's going to grow into a much bigger thing. I think it is.
Right. If you don't want to watch girls, hit balls, get down and get sweaty.
There's some lovely ladies playing softball. Wesley and I are big fans of watching the girls softball.
They can get down and get dirty and then clean up nice.
They do.
Most of
Any advice on parents who are thinking about getting their kids into sports, especially softball? What are some tips and what are some things they want to look for?
I think that you need to get them started as early as possible, even before they can sign up, which now you can do T-ball at 3 or 4, but like with Junior, my 5-year-old, Alexis is 13, Junior is 5, so they have an 8-year difference. And when Junior was 1.5 years, he was going to the ball fields with us, and he had his glove and he had his little softball, and I threw with them, and still today I throw with them, and he loves it too. Him and Alexis get out in the front yard and he hits off the tee, and I just think that if you start them young and repetition, they only have room for improvement and they have room to grow.
So exposure.
And
the parent getting out there and playing with them.
And the parents, yeah.
Easy stuff, people. Easy stuff for you to do. I introduced you as a local celebrity, and I believe that wholeheartedly because you are one of the most liked people I've ever met. With this amazing personality. Everyone that meets you loves you. How you do that? What are some tips for me? How can I be more liked in the community? Or what is it?
I don't think that it's so much well liked. I think that it's just, this is where I was born and raised, and a lot of people just, I can go to Walmart and run into people from the store, or I can go to the flea market and run into people from the store, and the main thing is, act the same outside of work that you act inside work. If you're going to be nice to customers here because you want their, their service, you want them to come in, then you need to treat them the same way outside. If you go to Walmart and you walk by them, don't try to hide from them. Say hey to them and ask them how they're doing.
She's being modest, folks, about that, though. You have such great work ethic, such a nice drive, and maintain a positive perspective at all times. Very inspirational to me a lot of time. Was there something in life or that has gotten you to that point, or what does that for you?
Well, I think that everybody should thrive to do better. And I thrive to do better every day. There's always room for improvement. Especially, with you saying that I'm a local celebrity, it's only because I was born and raised here. But, I just wanted to be a better person. And more so now, since I have kids, I want to just set a good example for them. And that's something that I struggle with daily, but, my motto, life is what you make it, and it is what it is. You can make it a good one, or you can make it a bad one.
This month was your birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Also, both kids'
Right.
birthday. So happy birthday, Alexis and James Jr. All right.
Right.
We do a thing on our show, which is an ultimate 90s playlist. All right, check it out. I know that you like 90s music because I hang out with you, and that is, we listen to our fair share of Milli Vanilli, etc. Give me 3 songs from the 90s of some of your favorites that we can add to our list.
Let's see. I always know the singer, but sometimes I don't know the name of the song. Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, for sure. Barbie Girl by Aqua, one of my all-time favorites. And then Brandy, Have You Ever. Those are my 3 favorites.
Oh, man.
Not early 90s, more late 90s.
Those are mid-90s, but we're more excited to get to the mid-90s anyway. That's where all the good stuff is mid-90s. Right. So those are going on the list, and we'll get some more of Jamie Starr's picks on the list for a show coming up very soon. Well, this was awesome, and this is something we've been trying to put together for a little while now. I'm glad we finally got this wrapped up. The schedule's permitted. Anything else you'd like to say or promote?
Yes, I think that y'all should definitely subscribe to Mad Men. Daniel puts a lot of hard work in it, a lot of hard work.
Thank
and
you.
So does Wesley. But, I'm around Daniel more, and he does more of this on his, during his time at work than he does his real work.
We'll hope the wrong people don't see this video.
But thank you for having me.
Oh, well,
I enjoyed it.
So did I.
And I hope you get a lot of views.
Oh, I'm sure we will. With star power like this, no pun intended, we should get a lot of views. So thanks a lot. Let's do it again sometime.
For sure.